Hey mom, I want to tell you something.
What?
It's actually a random question that go inside my mind.
Okay.
So it was before I slept, and I thought why don't kids want to listen to their parents?
Oh.
This
Okay.
is related to when you were mad at me, when it was nap time, and I just keep crafting and doing random stuff, and then you are very mad at me because I don't listen to your words, and you feel like your words just pass like a fart, only smelly for a moment and then it's gone.
Like a fart.
Yeah, like farts. That's what
Do you like my analogy?
No, it's
Because that's what I feel.
I have an idea. Why don't kids want to listen?
What idea you mean come up with?
The idea is that it starts actually with a question. Why don't kids want to answer to their parents when they are called? Like the most common word ever said from parents is like, hey, come and eat. Have you done your learning? Why are you playing? Have you done your learning? Blah, 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 blah. But the kids don't listen. Usually they
listen, but they don't want to answer.
Yes, they just say, okay, 1 minute, 1 second, wait a minute. It's always like stuff that delay.
With no answer.
But that's what I thought. It just delay what the parents said. Okay. Have you done your learning? Wait. Which means it buys more time for us children to have fun watching, playing games like that, right? Because if there's no learning, then we have fun doing the things that we are having fun right now. So the problem is, why don't kids want to answer and do it at once?
I was curious too.
Right? Why can't I just sleep when you ask me to sleep? Why do I just keep doing it? Keep having
especially fun? Because parents consider telling the kids that way because it's not for their own good, but it's for the children. Like, we don't need your nap, is not for me. Your rest is not for me. Your learning is not for me as parents, right? So
yeah,
what do you have?
And so I think that, right, it's just because they really don't want to stop having fun. The fact that they're playing games, they like it, and it's related to dopamine too. They chase some dopamine by having fun. Do you get it? So when, this is the dopamine flow when they're playing games. You just keep going, right? Keep going to their heart and they feel happy because they're playing games.
Okay.
They keep going and then suddenly, you call me to sleep. Now I sleep. What about the dopamine? It stops. I have to sleep.
The dopamine flows stop. Okay.
Like if you make a river and then you suddenly put a wall, it stops, right? It cannot flow anymore. And so that's how I felt. Like my dopamine is just stop. I'm doing something. Why can't I just wait? So what I do is I say, wait. And then the wall become open again and I get my rush of dopamine again.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And so it's always like that when parents say something to their kids. The kids feel like, you're destroying my fun. I'm having fun.
I know many parents do this to their kids. But different thing I did to you there, the moment that I can remember. Before I ask or give comment to you to do something else, I usually check on you. Yes. It's like, I don't want to stop it right away like that, right now, exactly when I say. But in that case, as a parent, I was trying to, how long will it take, I said. Can we finish, let's say, 5 more minutes? Or you can have it in next 10 minutes. And then I check the time and then I will back to you to remind. That's what I can remember, right? But for your next time, especially since you are 10 years old, I remember that I have set it up and we agree for that. So as a parents, we believe all of parents don't want to this because it's tiring, it's overwhelming, it's exhausting. So we agree that at 2 p.m. you should have your nap at least. You can have before, but not after 2. Why? Because we got to arrange the time for nap time. So in the night, you also have the things that I'm very curious. Okay, I stopped that dopamine, but I believe that all parents need this too. How can we do? How can we do to deal with that?
How can we do is that
It doesn't mean how to make you listen in the way military systems listen, right, Gandhi? It's like, for your brother, I don't do that. I don't do, hey, stop, because I don't want to yell. So I would just grab his hands and I would just pull him.
Let's sleep.
And then calm, let's sleep. I don't even say the sleep part. Just like, sometimes I just call him, Gandhi, come on. Gandhi, come here. I say, or I would not say that words. If I was too exhausted, I would just hold his hands and then pull
him upstairs, and then you sleep.
And what can we do
for me,
for kids like you?
As I'm going to be a teenager, and usually at my age, at tween age, I think it's the part where we are very sensitive to someone stopping what we're having fun at, because it's different when you're 10 years old and you feel like you can, like, oh, it's just mom talking. Can you just wait? I'm doing something.
The thing is, you don't need to be stopped if you don't start it.
Yes,
you start at the wrong time. So how can we deal with that?
I know. So
I believe if you say something, maybe parents can help. Who knows about this? I can spread it in many ways, so parents can take this idea from you, from the kids' perspective. You know.
From my opinion, you don't order me to sleep.
Okay.
But you make it fun.
Like what?
Like you at least say something, like doing something encouraging me to sleep.
Like what?
Like
how do we have?
You have to make the kind of motivation for us kids to sleep. You have to tell the kids what is the benefits of sleep.
We've talked much about that.
And rest. Yes.
You know it too, right?
And then you have to know the situation.
Even a robot needs to be charged.
I know. You have to know the situation of what we are doing and how much dopamine are we having. Do you get that? Like when you were mad at me because I didn't sleep, I was cutting, right? And the dopamine I felt was I was cutting.
So I should offer you with another dopamine?
Not that kind of dopamine. Motivation to sleep. So when I'm cutting, I feel like, oh, what I'm doing now is what I watched just earlier, right? And then I feel happy because I do the exactly same thing when I watch. So that is the dopamine level. Let's say it's this high. How can you make sleeping also this high?
Okay.
If in my opinion, that's for your parents to think about. So you have to know how high your children's dopamine level are and make sleeping just as fun so that they will look forward every single time you have to sleep.
Okay.
So when it's almost 2 o'clock, they'll stop and they're like, oh my god, yes, it's 2 o'clock, I have to sleep. And then we're happy about it, not annoyed by it. Right?
Okay.
Because some children are like, oh, it's 2 o'clock, I have to sleep.
What about learning?
Learning, make it fun. Let's say you get a reward for it. If you do your learning now, later you can play games.
But your dad say, but your dad told me once, I did that to your brother actually. We can play games. And then he also can watch after the learning.
Now.
But then your dad said, then if you do that, your son will just do the learning so he can play games. Your dad said
now, what if we play games while learning?
Let's put it into your things. Like if it's the time, how can I like let you learn should I invited you to learn at the same time I'm working on my laptop? So we will have
You have to arrange time for that.
I do it early morning.
Yes, early morning. Let's say you work in the afternoon. Let's say. And then I do my learning in the morning. That means you have free time in the morning to help me make my learning fun, even if it's very boring for me.
Okay.
And for that,
so the
I'm
thing
very,
is, if you want the kids to do what you said, you have
Yes.
to make sure the fun level of the things that parents, but to create more at the same level of fun.
For that part, I am really happy to introduce you to, I have an idea of kids learning by playing. I really like that idea.
But the thing is, I want to know really how to deal with that, because I don't want to, like, I want to break the chain of being a parent who keep conducting things that is actually regular. So maybe we can talk about that in the next part about the learning and playing idea.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Can I get back to work now?
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. I need to get back to this too.